Hello guys, welcome, this is Alex, and of course I'm here today with Insta360 Sphere. And I know there's a lot of FPV hype around these days, but you guys that own an Air 2 or Air 2S, I have not forgotten you. Trust me, I'm still here for you also, guys. And this is a nice device for you DJI pilots that can be really helpful. I think by now everyone knows what a 360 camera is, and this is what the Sphere basically is. It is a device that you attach with two lenses on top of your drone. Well, actually not on top of your drone, but around your drone, and then you'll be able to capture 360 footage of your flight. This is quite amazing because now you can forget about framing, you can forget about aiming with your camera and gimbal, and just fly naturally, and you'll do all the job in post. Now guys, I've been testing this, of course, before making a video out of it, and it's quite interesting. In the beginning I thought, you know what, I'm not that type of person that usually takes too much time in post. I just want to have the things right out of the camera and all that. But I must say that after a few hours playing here and there in the Insta360 software, I must say that I'm really impressed on how limitless you can be with your footage. Like usually when I fly a drone, which is what I like the most, of course, is having some right out of the camera good footage and then cutting and doing here some speed ramps and all that. But here it was like it's an empty canvas and you can do pretty much anything you want. Either you want to do a flip here, you can zoom out here, you can do this. It's pretty crazy. And after a few hours, I must say that just start enjoying it, because as I'm saying, you can do whatever you want. So now you're asking yourself if this can be interesting for you, the Sphere. Well, I mean, this is probably designed for those people that just don't have the time, don't have the patience, just are too lazy or whatever to learn and, you know, make this learning curve from the FPV world, but somehow like that FPV style. I am one of those people that either does not have the time and am too lazy. So if you're one of like me, well, let's team up. The good thing about this one, if you already have an Air 2 or Air 2S, you're comfortable with your flying, with your slow, steady, and your everything that you do with this drone, you can attach this, and even flying slow and really steady, you're able later in post to create some FPV lookalike footage, which is really, really interesting. And this is probably the biggest selling point of this whole Sphere. And this is the Sphere, guys. It's really a solid and nice design, very simple. It kind of looks and reminds me a little bit of Mickey Mouse, that's true. Very important, both lenses are covered with these nice rubber parts, and it's important that you always protect your lenses because, you know, they can scratch a lot. And basically you'll see two buttons right here. One is for turning the device on and the other one for recording, and that's pretty much it. You have a nice hole for the micro SD card right there. And let me quickly show you how you attach this, because it's super simple. You just gotta open it, and so once it's open, you take the drone. Of course, first you should be unfolding it, which is a really important part of the whole process. And honestly, it's as simple as this. You come to this place right here, turn it around, close it, attach it, and voila, you're good to go. You final adjustments, and you're good to go. That's it. Well guys, back in the studio, I wanted to do a very quick tutorial on how to do like an FPV dive, right? Because we've seen this many times, but when it comes down to understanding how to do it, well, it kind of gets difficult. But it is super simple, and I'm gonna show you how with 3 or 4 keyframes right here at the Insta360 Studio app, we're gonna be doing a nice dive. This is gonna be the preview. Look at this. Oh, let me actually show it to you. Like, you go with the nose down like that on top of the tower, and then you start spinning, rolling, flying down. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do this. Let me show you this from the beginning, okay? Let me clear out everything, so clear all the keyframes, and this is very simple. Let me actually show you. This is the tower, and my flight was flying up. Once I had enough height like this, I flew forward, so that you can see. And once I had been flying over the tower, in this case I flew down. So we're gonna be setting up. There was a little bit of fogs and clouds out there. Let's first set up the starting point, which will be right here. We're gonna do like a dive. We're gonna be flying like up, so this would be nice. We fly all the way up until our highest position, and then with the nose down, we're gonna center, let's say, this cone, the top of the building. Okay, I'm gonna set a new keyframe right there, and then while we fly over the tower until the very almost last position, where's the cone? Right here. This is the top of the tower. I'm gonna hit another keyframe so that we actually did this movement. Okay, while we were flying forward, we just somehow tracked the top of the tower. Okay, and once we're here, let me bring this to the end position, and the drone flies down, we're gonna go to the end of the clip, all the way towards the end, and hit another keyframe. Actually, I'm gonna put it like a little bit like this. I hit another keyframe, and we're gonna be playing with the row. Let's make it like a real FPV. Okay, and it would look like something like this. Look at this! Look at this dive! Oh my goodness! Isn't this beautiful? And then all you gotta do is export this and play with the speed ramps in Premiere or whatever software you're using. I'd rather do it like this. It's more comfortable for me with the speed ramps. Just have fun. And you may think how this affects actually your flight or your drone. Well, actually, the flight, it doesn't affect it at all. I mean, the drone is a little bit heavier, so it's a little bit louder. That can, of course, also lower a little bit. I've not seen too much of a difference, honestly, the flight time. And overall, it doesn't interfere in any way with the gimbal, with the props, with anything at all. So the good thing is that it's like an invisible camera that you're attaching to the drone, and nothing is really changing. I want to talk quickly about the Insta360 app, because this is a very important and interesting app. The first thing you want to do is hit the yellow button at the bottom right here to connect to your camera. Yeah, that's me recording this video right now, but we don't want to see this. The good thing about the app is that you can do pretty much everything on your phone, which is nice. For example, you go into your album, you can select your footage, in this case this video, and you can change the aspect ratio from vertical to horizontal, which is a really nice feature just in case you want to upload it to stories, reels, or any TikTok or whatever, or you want to still add it for your YouTube videos. You can make it horizontal, you can trim, you can change the color and everything, which is really nice. But I wanted to talk about especially bottom right corner where it says stories, the scissors right here. This is pretty nice, because some of these effects, like the nose mode, we've seen this in TikTok recently a lot. But for example, the horizon flip, as you can see right here. If you go into the horizon flip, it must be shot in 5K 30, by the way. You select use this theme, and for example, let's take this clip from the tower and outdoors. And look at this, it just created automatically a nice two-world effect with my clip. And the nice thing is that you can, for example, go to reselect. You can change the FOV from your video to make it closer, you know, the top bottom distance from the two world. And look at this, if you hit the play, you have some nice really two world effect. You can generate the preview, you can select it. If you don't want it to have spinning, you just can deselect it and you'll have it like this. So overall, it's pretty interesting. You have tons of other interesting and very popular templates and themes right here. Make sure to check them out. They are really interesting, and spend some time here, because you don't need to put any of your content anymore onto the computer in order to upload things to social media. Well guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. This is gonna be something really interesting to do in the future. Lots to experiment, nice things to do in post, and I'm gonna have fun with my Air 2S. You can do it on the Air 2, remember? And if you made it this far, you can drop a like, and if you're interested in Sphere, you can find the link in the description. Nothing really else to say, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you do the edits different or how you would do them or something like that. I'm really interested because, like you guys, I'm also learning how to use the Sphere. So nothing really else to say, guys. Always remember to keep calm and talk UAV.